Alright, hello artists, we're back. Today we're going to focus on using colored pencils in a blending study. You probably have finished up your sketch of your portrait. Hopefully you've drawn all the features on your portrait, the hair, the eyes, the eyebrows, the nose, the mouth, the ears, neck, shoulders, background details that you want to really express about, who you are as an artist and who the portrait is of, details, things like that. But before you start using any materials on your portrait, I'd like you to grab out of the art kit one of the blank pieces of copy paper, not the good art paper, it's the thinner paper. We're going to be using some colored pencils to blend some skin tones. So I know supplies are limited this year, and normally if I could, I'd have things like, I have this multicolored pack of colored pencils that I would share, and it shows all different skin tones we could share, but that is not the situation. So we're going to use the colored pencils that are in your art kits. Maybe I'll leave these out just to see the range of tones. But we're going to use these colored pencils in the art kits that all of you received, and we're going to start practicing with these colors. So the colors I have are the raspberry that came in your art kit, black, orange, brown, yellow, white, and red-orange. So you can go ahead and pause this if you need to get those colors ready. When you have them ready, you're going to pick one up. I'm going to start with the raspberry, and I'm going to just get a feel for how the raspberry works. I'm going to go back and forth. I'm going to start dark and get lighter gradually. So you want to get a range of that color. Okay? Then I'm going to grab, I have black next. I'm going to do the same thing. So I want you to get a feel for how colors can be applied using colored pencils. I'm getting lighter and lighter. Okay? And that just gives you a whole value study. It gets you familiar with how the material works and how eventually you can blend colors. So I'm getting lighter and lighter. That was the red, no, that was the orange. Now we're in the brown. And then the yellow. Really, it's hard to see the yellow as it fades to light. And then the white we're not going to use on the white paper. That would be an experimental for adding highlights later. And the red-orange. Okay. And gradually getting lower. Now before you go on your final paper, I want you to really experiment on this paper for blending skin tones and experimenting with mixing the colors. When I would teach traditional, I would use oil pastels because they blend like paint, but you could see I was experimenting in years past using different browns and then highlights with, I see little bits of white and pink and yellow. It's hard to see in here. So we're going to be able to get the same results with the colored pencils. It'll just go a little slower. So I'm going to work on, I'm just going to draw a chin line. Okay, I'm using a darker color, a brown for the edge. Usually when you have some type of drawing, you're usually going to have dark near the edge, and depending on how dark you want to shade it, you're going to press harder or softer. So I'm just slowly making these marks. I'm getting lighter around. I'm thinking like this will be the cheek area, this will be the chin area. I'm going to darken these because this document camera is not showing them as well. Here's my nose edge. Normally I wouldn't press this hard, but I can see the document camera is not picking up all the tones to start. You can always add darker, it's harder to take it away. So darker near the edge, I'm getting softer. Maybe I want to start blending some oranges on top of the brown, overlapping and overlaying. It's really relaxing to try. I'm going to put some of this over here. And remember I was saying don't draw the sides of your nose. You kind of want to do that with shading. Now this cheek line would not really be here. I just wanted you to see that's a highlighted area where our cheeks protrude. You can check that out in a mirror if you'd like. So I'm going to do a little brown near the contour of the nose. Shade a little bit of the brown into the orange here. And then maybe I'll even put a little yellow. Okay, I really wish this circle wasn't here because that would not be reality. You would have a gradual change. But this is great because this is the area you get to experiment on. So I really would like you to experiment with blending color tones. Now if you have crayons, you're welcome to use those as well. And if you have your own crayon box, you might have this range of skin colors that you can work with. But again, you're going to want to have those darker edges, and it gets a little lighter in the cheek areas. It's going to be darker near the chin area, lighter, well, the bottom of the chin, but where it sticks out, you're going to see highlights. And then you're going to see a little highlight in the middle of the nose here where it pops forward. And then it's going to get where the eyes are. You're going to see it gets darker. Now, depending on the shade of my skin tone, I can leave it as such. I can darken it a little. And one day I'd like to show you, I love to actually mix the skin tones with paint and show you all the different skin tones we could come up with. Actually using your primary colors, if you remember, red, yellow, blue, and then I add different amounts of white. You can make any skin tone that exists with those 3 colors plus white. It's pretty cool. Hope to show you one time. So anyways, that's a start. That's what I'd like you doing. And then when you feel comfortable enough, then I'd like you to start thinking about applying those shades, those colors for your flesh tones and your face. And have a great day and enjoy blending colors with colored pencil.